Did you know that while the Beatles changed music forever, several of the men who shaped their sound met untimely deaths, and somehow lie in resting places few even know exist? The Beatles were a rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960. The core lineup of the band comprised John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. Beyond John, Paul, George, and Ringo, early members and close collaborators helped forge the Beatles' legend. Today, we'll honor their contributions, recount their final days and causes of death, and reveal where they were laid to rest or why their graves remain hidden. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite Beatles song below. Today, two Beatles remain to carry the torch. Paul McCartney continues to write, record, and tour stadiums around the world, proving that his gift for melody and harmony remains undiminished. Ringo Starr still leads his all-star band, drumming with the same playful creativity that first won us over in Liverpool clubs. As long as Paul and Ringo perform, stories of the Beatles will live on, reminding us that while some Beatles rest in quiet graves, their music never dies. John Lennon was the band's co-founder, rhythm guitarist, vocalist, and lyrical provocateur his pen gave us. Imagine, Revolution, and Strawberry Fields Forever. On December 1980, at age 40, Lennon was assassinated by a disturbed fan outside his New York City apartment. Rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, he was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. His ashes were cremated and scattered by Yoko Ono in Central Park, near the spot now known as the Strawberry Fields Memorial. There is no headstone, only the constant hum of visitors paying homage to a life and voice cut brutally short. George Harrison, the quiet Beatle, brought melodic depth, Indian instrumentation, and spiritual searching into the band's sound, penning classics such as Something and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. After a hard-fought battle with lung cancer, George passed away peacefully on November 2001 at the age of 58, surrounded by loved ones in Los Angeles. Honoring his lifelong devotion to Hinduism, his body was cremated and his ashes were secretly scattered in India's sacred Ganges and Yamuna rivers, his final resting place as mystical and unobtrusive as his personality. Billy Preston, often called the fifth Beatle, added gospel-infused piano and organ to tracks like Get Back and Don't Let Me Down, earning a rare, with Billy Preston credit on the Get Back single. After years of health and substance struggles, Preston slipped into a coma during kidney failure complications and died on June 2006, at age 59. He was laid to rest at Inglewood Park Cemetery in California, where his headstone features musical notes, a fitting tribute to the keys that helped propel the Beatles' final studio work. Chas Newby filled in on bass for 4 Liverpool shows in December 1960, holding down the low end until Paul McCartney took over. An Oxford student-turned-schoolteacher, Newby chose academia over stardom and lived out his days in quiet anonymity. He passed away on May 2023 at 81. His family kept his burial private, honoring the modest life he selected over Beatles' superstardom. Stuart Sutcliffe was John Lennon's art school friend and the Beatles' first bassist during their formative Hamburg days. Though more painter than musician, he helped shape the band's early leather jacket image and stage swagger. Tragically, at just 21, Stuart collapsed from a brain hemorrhage on April 1962 in Hamburg, possibly brought on by an earlier head injury. He was interred in London's Hither Green Cemetery in a once unmarked grave, an almost forgotten memorial to a man who could have steered the Beatles' sound in entirely different directions. Long before Ringo Starr arrived, the Beatles briefly employed Tommy Moore as their drummer in 1960. Moore's stiff, workmanlike style clashed with the group's energy, and he quit mid-tour to return to factory work. He later died of a brain hemorrhage on September 1981, at age 50. His burial in Liverpool is believed to be in an unmarked grave, an almost invisible footnote in the band's saga, yet a reminder that every legend begins with humble, imperfect beginnings. Drop a comment below, hit a like, and subscribe. Because while some Beatles rest in silence, their music still speaks volumes.